Getting that first 100 subscribers on YouTube is often the first big milestone for any YouTuber, but honestly, it's not as easy as it looks. Recently, I started a brand new channel, my third channel actually, which I'm calling my hobby channel, and I was able to reach 100 subscribers in just 1 month by following these principles I'm about to share, which I had to learn through trial and error through these other channels. But I want to save you all that trouble and just share with you what I did to reach 100 subscribers so fast so that you can do the same. I'm Luke Seavers, here to help you grow through social media and content marketing. Subscribe so you don't miss any tips to help you build your brand online, and join our free private Facebook community to connect with other content creators and get insider tips. Link in the description below. I'm here to share with you the tips that I believe contributed to my early success of my new channel. At the time of making this video, I've already been able to grow my channel past 300 subscribers, and that's just in under 2 months. And actually, the second month, we've seen double the growth than we did the first one. So these tips will not only help you reach 100 subscribers, but also contribute to your future growth. The first tip that I would share is that you do need to choose a main topic for your channel and choose it wisely. Like I said, I made all the mistakes, especially with this channel. It took me a long time to really narrow in on a topic for this channel. You may have heard the expression, the riches are in the niches, and that's really true on YouTube. You really need to focus on a niche. Because for a while I was just providing general digital marketing tips, but that is a huge topic. That's not really a niche. What I should have done is found something even more specific within that, like LinkedIn or content marketing like I'm doing now. I know, at least for me, that the tendency was to not want to put myself into a box. But the thing is that when someone subscribes to your channel, they're basically coming there for one thing. Whatever that video is that they discovered you on, they're expecting that they're going to find more content like that. And then if they come across other videos on your channel that are not about that topic, they're either not going to subscribe or they may unsubscribe because they're not even interested in that other stuff. So you definitely don't want to be too broad. And I hate to look at it this way, but if you look and see that there's a lot of competition in that particular topic, you may want to steer away from it. Now, I think there is a balance here because you want something that doesn't have too much competition, but you also want something that has some competition, some other YouTubers who are talking about the same topic. Because what that means is that there is already an existing community that you can kind of insert yourself in. Because if that competition doesn't exist at all, it may not be a topic that's actually worth investing in because there's not enough people interested in it. There may have been a time where you could be a trailblazer and go ahead and start on this topic that nobody has ever covered before, but I think YouTube has been around long enough that if that topic has not already been covered at least a little bit, then it's probably not worth covering. Now, I will say I didn't do a ton of research into this niche for my new channel, my hobby channel. Basically, what I did recently is I started collecting Pokemon cards again. Yes, I know, I'm a nerd. I collected them when I was younger, and I just got back into it recently to kind of relive that nostalgia, and I just decided I wanted to kind of document the journey. Well, after that, I came to realize that there's this huge community of Poketubers, as they call them, who are opening packs of Pokemon cards, going and trying to find them in stores. So I was able to kind of insert myself slowly into that community that's already existing. And based on that, I also noticed a huge difference in the engagement I receive on my videos. Yes, the views is part of that, but also like the comments. I get like quadruple the comments on my Pokemon YouTube channel than I do on this channel, which is really crazy to me. But it's because I've entered in this niche topic that a lot of people are already really interested in. There's already a community built around it. So as you're trying to narrow in your topic, really try and find something that is niche-y, but also that there's an existing community that you can essentially join who are going to be interested in watching your videos. As a quick bonus tip, what I was saying about comments, I definitely recommend that you reply to all of your comments, especially early on, because Social media and is all about building community. And so the more that you can get people invested in your channel, the more they're going to keep coming back. The second tip that I think has contributed to my success so far is that I've been publishing often. I recommend that you publish between 2 and 3 times a week when you first start your channel. And this is really contrasted to the way that I started off with this channel. Once I started offering my pro tip series for marketing tips, I was lucky if I got 1 video out per month. Back then, honestly, I was probably focused way too much on the quality instead of the quantity, but the reason that the quantity is actually so important is because, again, if someone watches one video and they love it, they want to continue watching. You want to give someone the opportunity to binge watch your content, but they can't do that if they only see 1 video or 2 videos on your channel. So if you start off early on creating 2 to 3 videos per week, you'll start to build up this huge portfolio that someone can start to watch all of your videos. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do yet for this new channel, but I would just say for you, I'd recommend publishing more videos at the beginning rather than later on, because most people do it the other way around. They start off small, release a video every once in a while, and then they get to go full time maybe, and they get to release every day of the week. But I would almost do it the other way around, because you want to start to build up that larger portfolio of videos on your channel to where someone can watch more and more. Because if someone doesn't subscribe after watching the first video, maybe they'll subscribe after seeing the second video or the third video. You just never know. But one thing I don't think I've heard any YouTuber say, which I think is a really important aspect to this, is you need to find videos that are actually easy for you to make, easy to mass produce. The problem that I've run into with this YouTube channel is that it does require quite a bit of preparation. I often script out all of my videos because even though I do have knowledge about digital marketing, a lot of these topics that I'm covering requires a little bit more research and a little bit more preparation to be able to present it back to you guys. But after starting this new YouTube channel, I finally understand what people like Gary Vee mean when they say to document and not create. On this Pokemon card channel, what I'm doing is often going out and vlogging and doing hunts for Pokemon card products, and I'm also opening up products on the channel. And so it doesn't really involve much preparation. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing on camera is happening in real time, and you're just getting to see my reaction to it. And also with that, there hasn't been any end to the types of videos I can create. Now I do have to kind of vary up the titles of the videos a little bit, but pretty much I always have something to create a video about. So if we look at the amount of time I'm spending on creating content for this channel versus my new channel, it's probably about the same, but the difference is I'm able to release about 3 videos on the new channel versus usually about 1 per week on this channel. So if possible, at least for the majority of your content, see if you can find ways to document the journey instead of just creating things out of thin air. Maybe you're in a topic where you can report news about the niche that you're in. Or maybe you are just really knowledgeable about the topic that you're covering, that you can just talk for hours and hours about it without having to have any prompts or outline. Now let's talk about a few things that can make your videos themselves a lot better. And the first one is to start with the hook. Let's take a second to look back on the hook that we shared together. Getting that first 100 subscribers on YouTube is often the first big milestone for any YouTuber. But I want to save you all that trouble and just share with you what I did to reach 100 subscribers so fast so that you can do the same. Good times. What you don't want to do is start out your videos introducing yourself, telling people about who you are, because the sad truth is people don't care. What people want to know is how are you going to make their life better by watching this video. So you need to start off with a hook. In other words, a summary of what someone is going to get by watching this video. Oh, my hair light went out. What are you going to do? Tip number 5 is you need to ask for the sub in your video, because frankly it's been proven that people are more likely to subscribe if you ask them to. I actually ask twice, usually once at the beginning and once towards the end. And it may seem like overkill, but hey, it works. But with that, you also want to be careful that you don't give too many calls to action in one video. To subscribe, like, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, buy my course, book a call. The thing you need to remember is if you confuse, you lose. If you give too many calls to action like this, they'll end up doing none of them. So if you want to hit 100 subscribers, then I definitely recommend focusing on asking people to subscribe. However, you also need to give people a reason to subscribe. And so I recommend taking time to develop a sort of elevator pitch for your channel that you say every single time, basically explaining what kind of value that you're adding to people by them subscribing and how their life is going to be better as a result. For my new YouTube channel, my elevator pitch goes something like, my name is Luke, and after 20 years, I got back into collecting Pokemon cards to chase that nostalgia from my childhood. I hope you'll subscribe to come along the journey with me. And even though it may sound like I'm talking about myself in this elevator pitch, what I'm really describing is the other person. The hope is that I'm finding people who are also on that journey of getting back into collecting and wanting to join me on this journey of collecting. Tip number 6, don't close the loop. I want to give a big shout out to Brian G. Johnson, who taught me this just by observing his videos. At the end of every one of his videos, you'll often notice that he's just talking and you don't even know that the end is approaching because all of a sudden he's just like, hey, and this also reminds me, I think you also want to check out this video that's on screen next. And then, of course, he'll tell you to feed his poodles by subscribing.
You dig?
You may have to check out one of his videos to know exactly what I mean. But essentially, what he's doing is he's not closing the loop. He's not saying, okay, this video's done. What he's doing is basically leading you on to the next video that's related to that video. And this is super important because you want people to watch more of your videos. Again, if they didn't subscribe on that first one, they may choose to subscribe after seeing that second video. And also, YouTube really likes this as well because they really care about when people just stay on their platform and watch videos all day. And so if you lead people to do that, they're going to show your video to more people in the browse feed. Tip number 7, your title and description really matter. Now, YouTube SEO is a really big topic, but the main gist of it is it's about optimizing your title and description so that your video gets found in YouTube search. When you take the time to optimize these for search, you have the potential for people to stumble upon your videos for years to come. And I recommend you check out 2 tools for optimizing your title and description. One is Morning Fame and TubeBuddy, and you can find links to those in the description below. But the mistake I've made in the past is relying too heavily on YouTube search as a way to get discovered. Writing a good title especially is not only for YouTube to rank you in search results, but also know how to recommend you to the right people on YouTube. And this is also why you want to join an existing community when choosing your topic and your niche. Because if someone is watching this person's video about this topic and you happen to cover that same topic, chances are YouTube is also going to show that person your videos as a result in the feed and also in suggested videos. For this reason, your title especially needs to be written for humans, not just for a search algorithm. You want to write it in such a way that it's actually going to be enticing for someone if they're scrolling through the Discover section or through suggested videos, they'll actually want to click on your video. Because of course you have to realize you could have the greatest video ever, but nobody's going to click on it if you don't give them a reason to. And this is also where designing enticing thumbnails come into play. So you definitely can't sleep on your thumbnails. In fact, they may be the most important thing to cause someone to actually click on your video. The strategy that I've learned with thumbnail design is to use it to visually complement your title, not just copy it. Mr. Beast, who's pretty much the king of YouTube, recommends that you use 2 or 3 words max in your thumbnail. And of course, if you can convey your message visually without even using a word in your thumbnail, that's even better. Take this example of one of my most viewed videos on my Pokemon card YouTube channel. Your eyes are automatically drawn to the thumbnail image first. You see that it says crazy deals with a discounted Pokemon card pack on there. And from there, you kind of want to read a little bit more, so you read the title, which basically clarifies in full what the video is about. But again, you probably already figured all that out just by seeing the thumbnail. You'll also note that there's a little bit of mystery here. I didn't tell you exactly where you can get these crazy deals on Pokemon cards. You realize that you actually have to click on the video to find out. And my last tip that I can tell you based off of what I learned is to utilize YouTube Shorts. This feature on YouTube is still very new, and again, YouTube is trying to compete with TikTok with this format. And so when you create YouTube Shorts, they're actually going to push it out to a lot of people. When I was only at 25 subscribers on my new YouTube channel, I actually released a YouTube Short that got about 700 views. So that's quite a lot compared to my subscriber count. And recently, another one of my shorts took off, and it actually got about 4,500 views in just 1 week. If you want to learn more about how to use YouTube Shorts to help you grow your channel, I recommend checking out this video on screen next. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel, and I'll catch you next time.